Hello my friends, my name is Tim Johnson. I've suffered from anxiety all of my adult life, and at its very worst it's taken me to many panic attacks, which, as you probably know if you've had them, are extremely frightening. The first time I had one I thought I was dying of a heart attack. But most of the time, even when it's at a low level, it's a horrible and uncomfortable feeling of nervousness in the pit of your stomach, a feeling of doom hanging over you if you like. Your breathing speeding up, your heart rate racing, feeling sweaty, clammy feeling. All of these things you don't want to be living with on a day-to-day basis. And for me as a recovering addict, it's extremely important to keep my anxiety under control. So I really work hard at it, and I found a way of tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system, which I'm going to share with you now. The parasympathetic nervous system, when it's in a fight or flight mode, floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline. Fight or flight being the mode that our ancestors used to be in when they were being chased by a wild animal. So that's what anxiety is. And in this world we live in today, where we're bombarded with stress, where there's wars and cost of living crisis and pandemics, and all of these things all go towards causing a massive amount of hidden stress, which leads on to anxiety and worry. So it's epidemic anxiety. So if you can find a way to tap into that parasympathetic system, switch it down, that's a real bonus. The vagus nerve is at the back of the head here, running down into the stomach, largest nerve in the body. And that's responsible for calming down your parasympathetic system and boosting your immune system, interestingly. But it slows it's responsible, if it's stimulated, it's responsible for slowing your heart rate, slowing your breathing, and everything else calms down with it. If you learn how to do that and tap into it, that's a powerful tool to have in your arsenal. The Wim Hof Method is one part of that, which I mentioned in the title. Have a look at my video, and please subscribe and like and share the videos if you can. But have a look at that video. It's the most watched video on the channel on Wim Hof, about the method and the benefits of the method. And there are many videos online which go into the breathing method in great depth. But two things that stimulate the vagus nerve in particular are breathing and cold water immersion, interestingly. These are the two main components of Wim Hof's method. So the breathing method takes a bit of time to learn and get used to. It causes hypoxia and allows you to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system. It's very, very powerful. And alongside the cold water, which I have cold showers, not everyone's cup of tea. The benefits, though, are immense. And all this stuff is scientifically proven. So it's not woo-woo or anything like that. The cold showers will boost your immune system. They'll boost your circulation, very healthy for you. They'll energize you. But more importantly, they'll work on your vagus nerve, and they'll slow your heart rate and slow your breathing. It's an extremely healthy thing to do every day. It'll also teach you to step through fear, or learn to step through fear, step through into discomfort, which will help you make big changes in your life. And it's really important, that one. So have a look at the Wim Hof Method. That's a massive part of my controlling of my anxiety, if you like. So what are the other things that stimulate the vagus nerve? Exercise is one. Pretty obvious one, really. Getting out into the daylight and exercising for a minimum 20 minutes a day or more if you can, if you're lucky enough to have the time to do it. Moving your body, whenever you're moving your body, it's good for your vagus nerve and will slow down that or quieten down that anxiety. For me, it's an essential part for depression and anxiety. My mental health is very dependent on my exercise, but it's also dependent on my diet. And diet plays a big part in anxiety as well. Cutting out sugar, cutting my caffeine intake down to minimal, cutting out processed foods and rubbishy foods like that, junk food if you like, have all gone towards my calmness, if you like, and lack of anxiety. There's no sugar spikes and energy spikes. I feel a constant feeling throughout the day of calmness, if you like. I'm not perfect, like all of us aren't perfect, so there are days I get anxious still, and I have to work harder on those days, on these methods I'm employing here. So exercise, diet, with the vagus nerve, meditation is another great one. Again, that's linked into breathing. If you can combine the meditation with your Wim Hof stuff, then that's even better. You know, that's a triple whammy. And you can practice all these things as many times a day as you want to do them. However anxious you're feeling, you know, you can tone them into that if you like. It really works for me. And I have to say, this last 12 months in particular, I've watched my anxiety levels drop down to an almost negligible level. You know, and when they happen, there's an outside cause, and I just have to let go of control then and take a few breaths and go into these things, and it just disappears. So you need to give these things a whirl. I'm going to give you a little hack now for the vagus nerve, which I only learned the other day, which really does work. So when you're feeling really anxious, this is a quick way of getting into the vagus nerve. Link your hands like that. Lie on a bed. You need to lie flat. Take some deep breaths. Get your breathing under control. Put your hands behind your neck like that, lying flat. And then turn your eyes to the right as far as they'll go, keeping your head still and straightforward. But your eyes to the right as far as they go for 30 seconds. Hold it there while you're breathing. And then turn your eyes as far as they'll go to the left for 30 seconds, keeping your head still, breathing. You do that as many times as you want, but that'll go straight into the vagus nerve and relieve your anxiety. It really does work, so give that one a try. That's a good little hack for you. Wim Hof's method promises happiness, health and strength. And that is true, because you'll begin to, controlling your anxiety means you'll begin to know the meaning of peace and serenity, which you perhaps have never found before. And you'll also find out that you're actually stronger than you are, or stronger than you think you are. The thing is, if you believe in yourself, you'll see it happening. It's simple as that. And if you work at it using discipline, focus and consistency, like in my last video I explained about, then it will happen for you. So please give it all a go. Good luck with your anxiety. Much love to you all. Carpe Diem. Seize the day today. Make today the change your life.